Hello. On the off chance that you are not subscribed to me and you came across this video, I have been trying to grow out the dyed part of my hair for quite some time now. If it's something that you've been thinking about doing, it is a long, long road ahead of you. Of course, it depends on the length of your hair. When I started this process, my hair was somewhere down to here at the bottom of the screen. And as I got increasingly impatient waiting for it to grow out, I realized how long it was going to take. So I kept cutting it shorter and shorter and shorter. And now it's up to here. But you can see how the underneath part is grown out. And then the top part is still the dyed part of my hair. Well, if it looks like it's lighter to you, it's not your imagination, because I have been using L'Oreal Colorista fading shampoo. And this is actually a discontinued product from L'Oreal. And you might be thinking, whoa, 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 why are you telling me about a product that's discontinued? That makes no sense. Well, I just purchased this recently at Dollar Tree. Now, I haven't seen it at every Dollar Tree, but on the off chance that you are looking for something like this, $1, definitely worth trying. That's what I was thinking. The idea of a fading shampoo appealed to me because if you want to remove the dye from your hair, you can strip it. However, that chemical process is really, really damaging to your hair. And that's the whole reason why I wanted to stop coloring my hair in the first place, was I didn't want to create any more damage to it. So I thought this is fantastic, because that way I'm just shampooing the dye out of my hair, gradually lightening the dyed part. That way it won't drive me so crazy seeing that color there all the time. Now, the way that it works is sort of like a clarifying shampoo, though. If you've ever used a clarifying shampoo, that is a shampoo that removes any buildup in your hair of styling products or any additional products that you may put in your hair for various reasons. And so it does remove any excess oil. It cleans your hair thoroughly. So it may leave it dry, a lot drier than what you used to. So I just compensate for that by putting in additional conditioner. When I wash my hair, I just use a lot more conditioner than what I would normally use. And that way it sort of balances out the removal of the excess oils and prevents it from, drying it out more than what I would like it to. But if you look at my hair, you can probably tell that the dyed part is not as dark as it was before. I've used this, sorry, every time I film a video, I get an itchy nose. I don't know if it's psychosomatic or what. Just because I know that, I don't want to touch my nose, so therefore my nose itches. But anyway, I've used this either 2 or 3 times so far. And I don't use it every single day. I just use it when I would normally wash my hair, which would be every 2 or 3 days. So based on the reviews that I have read, a lot of people have said that within 7 to 8 shampoos or washings, the color was pretty much gone from their hair. Now, the difference is, though, I have been coloring my hair pretty much all my life, all my adult life, with permanent hair color. But this was made for fading temporary hair color. So it's not going to be as effective against permanent dye. But I wasn't expecting it to be effective at all, and it has been. it has significantly lightened the dyed part of my hair. This coppery, brassy color that you see was a lot darker than when I started. Matter of fact, you can go back and look at the last video and then look at the video before that, because in the last video I had used this shampoo, I believe, once. And so I think now I've used it twice. So you'll be able to see, if you go back 2 videos, before I used anything on it, and then one video is after 1 shampoo and this video is after 2 shampoos. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it has been. So you'll see going forward what kind of a difference this is making. But I wanted to tell you guys about it because when it was available, it was $9 or $8.99 was the retail price that I had seen on it originally. So for $1, you know, I mean, obviously I still have the contrast there, but if it does fade it more over time, it will make it a lot less aggravating to look in the mirror every day, because this growing out process is really driving me crazy. But I mean, what is the alternative? The alternative is to either color it again, all one color, but then it's not gonna be the same, because the grown out part of my hair would absorb the color more readily, and this part would not be covered over as easily. So it wouldn't be worth it, because I know I wouldn't be happy with the results. And the other choice would be to cut it really short, which, you know, look how short these pieces would have to be to get rid of all the dyed part. And I really, this is about as short as I want to go. I really don't want to go any shorter than this. So I'm just going to have to wait. And it's going to take some time, but I think in the long run, I'll be happy that I did it, because I do really like that, like, platinum sort of color of the dyed out part. And the back of my head is mostly grown out. It's just these pieces in the front that I have to deal with. So I'm pretty shocked that this worked as well as it did on permanent hair dye. And if you are somebody that puts temporary hair dye in your hair, I can imagine how effective this would be. But you just have to, like I said, add the additional conditioner. Wow. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about today is this. I believe I bought this when I was on my hiatus, we'll say, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it and give you just a quick tip on how to make it work even better. What I'm talking about is the Catrice Aquafresh Highlighting Eyeshadow. I have it in the shade Luminous Sensation, and this is just a cream eyeshadow, but it's sort of a champagne-y color. This is the wettest cream eyeshadow I've ever used. Like, if you hold the container to the side, it moves. I mean, it's that liquidy. And when you try to put it on your skin, it doesn't adhere that well. It's almost like it's rejecting off your skin. So what I do is I start with my regular eyeshadow base, which these days is Amuse Cosmetics eyeshadow primer. I got that on shopmissay.com. So I start with that. Then I dab a little bit of this on top of the eyeshadow primer. And like I said, it almost like rejects it. So then what I do is I take any kind of a powdered eyeshadow, or I actually used my face highlighter, which is the Catrice High Glow Ethereal Highlighting Powder in the shade Light Infusion. This is I believe this is discontinued. It was never available in the United States in the first place. A friend of mine sent it to me, but it's really, really pretty. But I just take my finger, swirl it around in there, and then sort of pat that on top of the wet base that I just described. Then I go back and take a brush and put that on top of whatever I use for a dry product, because I mean, obviously most people would just use a powdered eyeshadow. So once you dab that or brush that on top of the dry layer, then you can actually see it. But it's still a very subtle color. And also what I did today was I just took a little bit of bronzer, of my face bronzer, and ran that through the crease because I was going for a more subtle, natural, luminous type of look today. So that's what I have on. So I wanted to mention that because if you were to just go right, if you were to buy this and then just go right in with it, you would have that same problem where it like doesn't want to adhere. So you have to use it more or less as an eyeshadow topper. So I wanted to throw that out there too. But I do like it. I think it's really pretty, but super, super subtle. But you know, some days you want that. You don't want to do a wham in your face, hard or colorful or dark look every single day. You know, sometimes it's fun to switch it up and do something a little more natural. So that is it, you guys. I gotta tell you that my inspiration for doing videos and so forth is very sporadic these days. So I don't know when you'll see me again, but I will do a video when I'm inspired to do one. That's all I can promise you at this point. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Bye.